Good morning, children. In today's class, we are going to learn the features of groups or families in the modern periodic table. What are groups in the modern periodic table? The vertical columns in the modern periodic table are called as groups or families. In the modern periodic table, we have got 18 vertical columns or 18 groups or 18 families. Okay, children. See, the first group is alkali metals consisting of hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. So, these elements are called as alkali metals. So, sodium is an alkali metal. Potassium is an alkali metal. Coming to the second group, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. So all these elements are collectively called as alkaline earth metals, because when these elements they react with water, they form alkalis, they form bases, and that's why they are called as alkaline earth metals. Okay, children, then coming to the third group, scandium, yttrium, lanthanum, actinium. Okay, see, inner transition elements, they are placed at the bottom of the modern periodic table consisting of lanthanides and actinides. So, lanthanides and actinides are included in third group of the modern periodic table. Okay, children. Then we are having the fourth group. The starting member of fourth group is titanium. Fifth group, vanadium, starting member. Then for sixth group, the starting member is chromium. For seventh group, manganese is the starting member. For eighth group, iron is the starting element. Ninth group, cobalt. Okay. 10th group, nickel. 11th group, copper. Then 12th group is zinc. Zinc is the starting element. So like this, we are having from third group to 12th group. These elements are collectively called as transition elements. Coming to the 13th group, it is called as boron family. 14th group is called as carbon family. See how the name of the family is given. The first member of the family, the name of the first member of the family is given to the name of the family. So look at group number 14, children. Carbon is the first member. So that group is called as carbon family. 14th group or carbon family. 13th group is boron family. The starting member of 13th group is boron. So it is also called as boron family or boron group. Coming to 15th group, it is called as nitrogen family or 15th group. Coming to 16th group, it is oxygen family or chalcogens, ore producers. Okay. Coming to 17th group, it is halogens or we can call it as fluorine family also. Coming to 18th group, they are called as zero group elements, noble gases or rare gases. Okay, children. So these are the 18 groups or families in the modern periodic table. Alkali metals, alkaline earth metals, transition metals, boron family, carbon family, nitrogen family, oxygen family, halogens and noble gases. See, this slide gives you a very clear picture about the 18 groups present in the modern periodic table. The first group is alkali metals, followed by alkaline earth metals, transition metals. They include inner transition metals. Then 13th group is boron family, then carbon family, nitrogen family, oxygen family, halogens, noble gases. Okay, children. So the first group represents alkali metals. The second group represents alkaline earth metals. From third group to 12th group, they are called as transition metals. And at the bottom of the modern periodic table, we are having inner transition elements. These inner transition elements are included in third group of the modern periodic table. Coming to 13th group, it is called as boron family. 14th group is carbon family. 15th group is nitrogen family, 16th group is oxygen family, 17th group is halogens, and the 18th group is zero group or noble gases. Okay children, so these are the 18 groups in the modern periodic table. These elements are grouped in such a way that they have got similar chemical properties. Some physical properties like melting point, boiling point, density gradually vary, but their chemical properties are similar, and that's why these elements are placed in a group, in one group. So the elements which belong to one single group, they have same chemical properties and the same physical properties with gradual differences. With the small differences in their physical properties, they have the same physical and chemical properties. Okay children, here we are going to learn about valence electrons present in the elements of these groups. What about the nature of valence electrons present in various elements of a group? It's very interesting to note that the elements of a first group have their valency as 1. Elements of second group have their valency as 2. Then from third group to 12th group you leave. Coming to the 13th group, see, why do we leave from third group to 12th group? Because those elements have variable oxidation states. They have got varieties of oxidation states. That is, for a single element, they possess, the transition metals, they possess more than one oxidation states. Okay children, so we are leaving from third group to 12th group. Coming to 13th group, the valency of boron family elements is 3. For carbon family members, the valency is 4. For 15th group, the valency is 5. For 16th group, the valency is 6. For 17th group, the valency is 7. And for 18th group, the valency is 8. Noble gases, they have got octet configuration. Attainment of 8 electrons is achieved by noble gases, and therefore they are very stable. Okay children. So this is the connection of the valency of various elements in a group and its group number. Okay. If an element belongs to group number 3, that is group number 13 we have to say, not 3. Group number 13, then its valency is 3. If an element belongs to group number 15, its valency is 5. Okay children. So this is the connection of valence electrons of various elements in a group with their group numbers. What are valence electrons? The electrons that are present at the outermost shell of an element are called as valence electrons. They are ready to be involved in chemical reactions, chemical bonding. The combining capacity of an element is called as its valency. Okay children? Okay. Coming to next, this tabular column. This tabular column is given in our book and you have to memorize this. It's very easy to memorize children. Group number 1, 2. The first group is called as alkali metals. The second group is alkaline earth metals. From third to 12th groups, collectively they are called as transition metals. 13th group elements are boron family, 14th group carbon family, 15th group nitrogen family, 16th group oxygen family or chalcogen family, 17th group halogens and 18th group noble gases. Okay children? Today itself you memorize this tabular column. It will be easy for you. Okay. Coming to the next slide. What are inner transition elements? What are inner transition elements? Inner transition elements are lanthanides and actinides. They are included in group 3 of the modern periodic table. Okay children? But they are placed at the bottom of the modern periodic table in 2 rows. Each row consisting of 14 elements. So totally that is excluding lanthanum and actinium, we have got 28 elements. When we add lanthanum and actinium, we have 30 elements. So lanthanides and actinides are collectively called as inner transition elements and they belong to group number 3. Okay children? Then I have given 2 simple questions to deepen your understanding. The first question is, name the group which doesn't have the group number equal to its valency. Let me read the question again. Name the group which doesn't have the group number equal to its valency. See, previously when I was teaching, I told that the valency of the elements placed in a group is equal to its group number, I told. But here is an exception. In one group, the group number is not similar to the valency of the elements which are placed under that group. Find out that group. Okay, the answer is 0 group. 0 group or noble gases. 0 group. The name 0 group we are giving, but it has got 8 electrons in its valence shell. So the 0 group number, the name of the group doesn't match with the valence electrons present in the group. Okay children? See, we have given the name 0 group for 18th group. 18th group in the modern periodic table is also called as 0 group. When we call it as 0 group, it means that the valence shell of those elements which are placed under 0 group have no electrons in their valence shell. That is the meaning. I told the number of electrons present in the valence shell is equal to the group number, I told. But here this is an exception. Noble gases are also called as 0 group elements. But 0 group elements have 8 electrons in their outermost shell. So the answer is 0 group. Okay children? Coming to the second question. The elements of 0 group are unreactive. Why? The elements of 0 group are unreactive, or we can call it as they are stable. Why? The elements of 0 group are very stable because of their stable electronic configuration in their valence shells. All the elements except helium, all the 0 group elements have 8 electrons in their outermost shells, and so they have attained octet configuration and they are very stable. Their electronic configuration is very stable, and the elements of 0 group elements are unreactive. They don't react easily with the other elements. That's why these 0 group elements are able to be monoatomic molecules. They are very stable, not easily affected by any other element, because of their stable electronic configuration, because of the already attainment of 8 electrons in their outermost shells. Okay children? So the elements of 0 group are unreactive, or they are very stable because of the attainment of 8 electrons in their outermost shells. Okay children? Now, one simple comprehensive question I have given. Here, look at the question. Which of the following is an alkali metal? Which of the following is an alkali metal? Alkali metals belong to which group? First group. Very good. It belongs to alkali metals or first group elements. Okay. Here some 5 choices are given. First one is radium, then cerium, cesium, lanthanum, calcium. Okay, children. So near the elements, their symbols are also written. Radium, capital R, small a, cerium, Ce, cesium, Cs, lanthanum, La, calcium, Ca. Okay. Now, radium, it belongs to second group. Radium belongs to second group, alkaline earth metals. Cerium, it belongs to lanthanides. Lanthanides, inner transition elements. Cesium, it belongs to the first group. First group. Cesium, first group. Lanthanum, it belongs to inner transition elements. Lanthanides. Calcium, alkaline earth metals. Okay, children. So the answer for this question is cesium. So similar to alkaline earth metals, these alkali metals also, when they react with water, they form their hydroxides, which are basic in nature. They act as bases. In lower classes, we have studied about acids and bases, no children? Acids, what are acids? Acid is a substance that has got the ability to donate H plus ions when dissolved in water. What is a base? A base is a substance which when dissolved in water donates OH minus ions, hydroxide ions or hydroxyl ions. Okay, so here the second definition I told, that is for base. Cesium, it acts like a base. It acts as a base, not like, it acts as a base when dissolved in water. Cesium, when dissolved in water, it forms cesium hydroxide, CSOH. It is a base, and that's why cesium is placed in alkali metal. So the answer for this question is cesium. Cesium belongs to alkali metal. Okay, children. I hope you might have understood today's class. Thank you, children.